Hi there folks, I'm Alex from the Southern Ukulele Store, and I take my responsibility as a ukulele ambassador for the world really seriously. We are the second people to receive this ukulele after Bazmaz at Gotti Ukulele reviewed it. This ukulele is the first of its kind to land in stores. It's the Flight Fireball Tenor. Let's just look at that for a second. So the Flight Fireball Tenor is a ukulele that many of you have been asking me about since Flight did a teaser photo on social media about 4 or 5 months back. In fact, the earliest incarnation of the Flight Fireball was on Flight's NAMM stand back in January, which seems like maybe 15 or 16 years ago now, in September 2020. So yeah, what is the Fireball? First of all, it's a ukulele with a cool name, which I love. I can't stress enough just how sick I am over the years of hearing the KA-12745B AK and having to explain it to people. A fireball, you know it's cool. You just know that you're going to want to hold it, you're going to want to touch it, you're going to play it. Even though fireballs kind of invoke the opposite, this instrument is just cool. It's on fire. You know what I'm trying to say. It's solid mango. So you have a solid mango top, back and sides. And those of you with a keen eye or people that follow Flight on social media or our other videos will notice that this is the kind of sibling model to the Mustang, which has sat in the Royal Series right at the top of the range for Flight ukuleles. I recommend taking the time to check out the podcast I did with Juliana, the owner of Flight, very recently on my own channel. I'll put a link in the description. But if you want to talk about the Fireball today, which is what I'm here to do, let's just talk about the spec. So the solid mango on the top, back and sides. You have some of the same features as the Mustang, the really popular side sound port, which is not a traditional kind of sound hole. It's covered up with that kind of spider web effect. And I love that because I can't help but feeling as a player that if you're going to play with a side sound hole and you look down, if you have the hole there, you're going to get distracted every now and again. Not every time you look at it, but every now and again you're just going to look, and you're going to look straight into the instrument, straight into the abyss, and you're just going to forget what you're doing. So covering it up and making it pretty, it somehow it tarts up the look whilst also it's stopping you from looking away. It detracts away from the hole. It's a great idea. A rosewood fingerboard and bridge, and that traditional combo of rosewood on the fingerboard and bridge is always going to be welcome regardless of the instrument. You have these really cool custom designed bridge pins. I took the time to read Bazmaz's review and some of the comments on social media, and I completely agree with somebody who commented that they remind them of spider's eyes. They've got this red, almost translucent kind of pearl effect in the middle of the bridge pins, and they're really cool. I mean, bridge pins are expensive. People think, you know, they're not going to cost anything, but to get something custom like this on your ukulele would cost you probably 6 or 7 quid for these 4 bits of plastic. So I actually can't confirm whether they're plastic or not. They feel like a composite material, but they could be wooden. Forgive me, it's a new model. I don't have all the spec yet. It's a bone nut and saddle with a 38mm nut width. So those of you that want a bit more space and string spacing in your hands, this is perfect. The neck shape on Flights is also a kind of slightly thin C shape. It's not kind of thick and chunky like a Pono or some of the Kala shapes. It's a bit more refined than that. You also have this scoop cutaway if you want to go complete beast mode and play the upper frets of your ukulele with better access. This scoop sound hold looks to me like it's plastic, but the front binding is definitely wood. I believe this is the same material as the sound hole rosette, so it's a plastic scoop. But as you look around the binding on the instrument on both sides and look at the armrest, that definitely looks to me like some kind of dyed material, perhaps maple or a similar wood to maple. It's not uncommon to use maple and mango together because they just kind of work grain wise and looks wise. So yeah, just a really cool looking ukulele. The body is high gloss, but the neck is satin with that stripe up the neck, just another feature that Flight do. And then finally you have the mango faceplate on a slotted headstock, Flight's signature headstock with those geared tuners. I was actually being asked by a customer just yesterday, a nice guy called Benjamin, about the tuners on the flights and whether it was worth trying to upgrade them. And I really don't think there's any reason ever to upgrade these tuners. Now, I've not heard of Prowell, who make these machine heads, but the quality, the turn ratio, and how these instruments stay in tune, to me, is every bit as good as a Ukulele at twice the price, or a Koaloa Black Label with those De Jong tuners. Not Black Label, Koaloa Silver Series with the De Jong tuners. Yeah, so don't worry too much about corners being cut, because that's not really flight style. This will, I think, price-wise, replace the Mustang at the top end of the flight price, sort of pricing points, being an all-solid Mango instrument. And they really haven't cut any corners. You can tell that this instrument's gone through several stages of development. The first one of these I saw way back in January, 14 years ago at the NAMM show. Had no scoop cutaway, and I don't think it had the armrest either. It was just a Mango uke with a black rosette. So flight refine and change and adapt as time goes. I should probably talk about the pickup, which is a hot point for all flight models. This ukulele has the double pickup. It's a single active piezo pickup going under the saddle. It's not a system with an inbuilt mic. It's just a piezo system with a volume and tone. And you'll start to see this system appear on more models in the 2021 lineup for flight. Deliveries from kind of November onwards, we'll start to see this pickup replace a passive Artec system. So yeah, I think we should just give this thing a play. Oh, someone had a bit of a car crash outside. I think we should just give this thing a play and see what you guys think. What did you think of the Fireball, folks? It's important, I know it's going to date this video slightly, and I hate doing that, but as I filmed this in September 2020, this is the first flight Fireball to reach the UK, or dealers in general. The first delivery of these to hit the UK will be the end of October / early November, with a second delivery due just before the end of the year. If you're in the US and you don't fancy buying from a UK dealer, please don't comment on our video asking us when US dealers will receive them. I don't work for Flight. It would be worth contacting the US dealers directly and asking them for a stock update. But in the meantime, folks, this is the first Flight Fireball to hit the UK. It's a looker. It sounds great. It feels great. I'm really excited to show off more of these in the future. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.